This album is called Home by PrismCorp Virtual Enterprises. This album was released in 2013 on the Beer on the Rug label, and it's one of Vectroid's musical aliases, which there are many, 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 many. And this album is, I think it's like basically, it's a set album. There is another album called Clear Skies that I will talk about another time. Or if you heard it already, then you're listening to this one now. So this album right here, all right, the way I found out about this album was through an image that was called like the Vaporwave like Essentials guide, or I think it was called like the subgenres of Vaporwave, and this one was under the, I think it's called Utopian Virtual subgenre. And this album is a very Muzak album, meaning that it is very, very kitschy, very cheesy. It sounds like meaty covers of different kinds of songs of different genres. And it was funny because I actually just found out what song was covered in this album in meaty. And when I mean by meaty, I mean like the um like the keyboard like preset MIDI, not like an actual like instrument, like a live instrument. It has like it's a MIDI cover, and you hear that on the whole album. And because of that, it can sound very monotonous, and this album can be kind of hard to listen to be honest, because of it just has this very like homogeneous sound to it because it's like all MIDI instruments. So to get through this album, it could be a little challenging because it's like, okay, here's the next song that has the same kind of instruments, and the next song, and the next song, and every song has structure to it. It's not like a loop or anything like that. Every song has structure. Some songs you just hear like a chorus, maybe a refrain, and like a verse section, and it cuts out. Some songs, or say some tracks on this album, just has like the whole album. I mean, excuse me, this whole song throughout. So yeah, it can be somewhat of a challenging listen. But I mean, there's no way like a horrible album. It's just a little challenging because it's very um, it just has a very repetitive kind of feel to it, and I guess it lends itself to that concept of I would say the like the utopian virtual subgenre, which is it uses kind of like a utopian world, and it uses music with like retro futuristic concepts, and it paints this very perfect world that has something wrong with it, that's a little off. Like there's a reason why it's too perfect. Like there's like some sort of like maybe this like this promise of perfection coming from like an ego source or something like that. Like there's a reason why things are so perfect, you know, maybe to hide some sort of pain or something, or some sort of darkness or something. It's perfect to evade something. That's what I feel the whole um like utopian virtual sound lends itself to, and the music is like the perfect sound because everything is so clean. It's so just like perfect sounding. Let's look at the album cover. So the album cover, you see a kitchen, and you see some blue skies above. You see some columns. You see some seats to the left. On the counter, I can't really make out what it is. Let's try to zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in. All right. I never ever took a close look at this album cover. This is my first time doing this. All right. So we see a cup, like a coffee cup. I think those is that a stove top, kind of to the left of those cups, and then maybe like a tea kettle or something. And behind that, I don't know if that's another counter. Maybe that's like some fruit or something on top of a. What is it? Oh no, it's like I think it's a like a dish, like a fruit dish. And to the left of that, I think I see some green vegetables, and on top of that, it's a hanging cup holder. And above the cup holder, I see some maybe aluminum cans or something like that. And over to the right, I see an oven, and in front of the oven to the right is a sink system. And everything is like gray and stuff like that. And some of the things kind of reflect off each other. Let's look to the left. Let's look over here. All right, there's some pretty cool seats. I like these seats. These look like some cool like airport bar seats. And there's a view, a very nice view of maybe some mountains, with the blue sky. The floor, this looks like a marble floor, which is very nice, which connects to the kitchen. Let's look above. So above the columns is the blue sky. So I don't know like how this kitchen just landed in the middle of this setting. It looks like this is some water down here. Yeah, we don't know how exactly this kitchen got here. And I would like to know I would say the source of this album cover. It has to be from somewhere. It has to be from some sort of catalog. I do know this home logo. This looks extremely familiar. I think I've seen this before sometime in the 90s. This has to be taken from somewhere. Maybe after this review, I'll do some research. This H in home, it looks like the Holiday Inn H that they use. If you put in Holiday Inn logo in Google, you'll find that H. But I know that kind of style of H has been used many times before. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research and find out where exactly this image comes from. But it's a decent looking image. I do think if you listen to vaporwave music, or if you like vaporwave music, you should listen to this album to get a different perspective of concepts in vaporwave. And this lends to the concept very well. Like listening to the album, it does remind me of like going through a department store, maybe like IKEA, or maybe like Herberger's, and going through the section where's the household item section, where there's like the cups and the plates and the toasters, or even like Sears, and just looking through like various items, seeing the price for all of them. The music lends itself to that very, very well. It does sound like you're kind of like browsing through home household items, or kitchen items. And you know what? I might try that the next time I go to Sears or something. I'm gonna put this album on my phone and just listen to it while I'm shopping. It does have a shopping vibe to it. But overall, I'm not gonna say too much else about this album. It's a challenging listen. It's a very challenging listen. It's like I said before. It's not a horrible album. It's not a bad album, but it has a avant-garde feel to it, and the concept shines through it very well. So keep that in mind if you haven't heard it before, or if you have heard it before. I'm interested in knowing what you guys think of this album. What kind of what feel or concept you get from this album. I want you to post that in the comment section below this video. You don't have to like say if you like this album or not, but just post what you feel from this album. Like what kind of, I would say, vibe or concept that you get from listening to this album. So again, this is home, and it has the trademark little logo thing or symbol when you check out the download link to the album by PrismCorp Virtual Enterprises, which is a Vectroid alias. This album came out in 2013 on the Bear on the Rug label. I'll post a link in the description section of this video, so go ahead and check it out. My name is katrah-quey. I want to thank you for listening, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.